Alright boys, today we got huge, and I mean huge news for Rell's and Rell's testing. I'm just gonna get into it, but before I get into it, make sure you like, sub, and maybe even comment down below if you really want to. If you want to discuss about something, I try to reply to every comment. But anyways, let's get into the video. So in this screenshot that's on the screen right now, Rell Mr. Sin, said we want everything recorded inside Movie 3 to be in a finalized state. When we hop in game, gameplay is a very important role. And we don't like faking or cutting out parts due to bugs. Everything must be done under one, and he means one recording. AKA they hop in, they record, and then, you know, the movie's posted after it gets edited a little bit. And if it can't be, it is unfinished and not prepared properly. Bugs and glitches with this much detail in the mechanics is what is making progress a hassle. But we are pulling through and will stay grounded to development and give a date when we can play the game without encountering faulty mistakes, glitches, / weird interactions. They're gonna give us a date to when they can play the game. So that means us playing the game is probably gonna be like a month after, 2 months, 3 months. I don't know what these guys. We are pushing important testing for testers to finalize mechanics on ships, swimming, then another testing on bosses / R6 simulated characters such as civilians and marines. This will also finalize how simulated characters interact with the environment and players, so they can finally knock out the Wanan system inspired by GTA. Now, what I think this means is that it's gonna take a while for Movie 3 to come out. Now, why do I say this? Because they want everything in a finalized state. They basically want the game done to record Movie 3. And to do that, they need testers to test and code to be written, models to come in, you know. I think they might be done with models, low-key, like low-key. But yeah, they need to implement a lot of code still, I would assume, because they're talking about finalizing ships / swimming, then bosses / R6 simulated characters, civilians, marines. And then they talk about how the simulated characters, the civilians, marines, pirates, will interact with the environment. And then they're also talking about finalizing the wanted system, which is just a lot of stuff to finalize, and it's going to take a little bit. And you guys got to realize that this is going to take forever. Like, there is way too much they have to get done still for this game to release summer. Honestly, I'm praying for summer, but I don't think it's coming summer. And that's just my opinion. That is not a fact, so don't take it as a fact. Don't maul in my comments because you're like, oh my god, it's not coming until summer. It is just what me, am expecting. Anyways, at the end of this screenshot, they say today we will be finalizing and wrapping up swimming / ship mechanics. Then we will be pushing a test for the testers. Which, I mean, guys, they're still on swimming and ship mechanics. You gotta realize they're reworking the whole entire game still. This is not gonna come anytime soon. But it is huge news for testing. Now, the next thing we see is the insides of houses before and after. And if you're telling me that before looks good, you are lying to yourself. The only thing that kind of looks good is the materials. But at the end of the day, those are kind of disgusting. But after, just look at this. Look at how amazing this looks. This looks like, not exactly like a Roblox version, obviously, but a Roblox version of the Sea of Thieves, like taverns that you would go for quests and stuff. Like, you can't tell me that this doesn't look good to other One Piece games which don't even have interiors. Now, the next thing we see is a massive ship at night, and they are saying day / night cycle is synced across servers using real time. Every 2 hours is a day / night cycle. So what this means is a day is going to last 2 hours, night is going to last 2 hours. I don't know if every single server is going to have day at the same time and night at the same time. It could be different. And he also says races like Mink can only mode up when looking at the moon. So he confirmed races have modes. Big news, big news. Now, going back to what I said earlier about the day and night cycle being 2 hours each, I have no idea if that's the truth. I just kind of assumed the way he worded it, it sounds like day and night are gonna last 2 hours respectively. But if night lasts 2 hours and day lasts 2 hours, that's kind of weird. I like that they have a day / night cycle in this game. I'm pretty sure for the longest time GPO didn't have a day / night cycle. I could be completely wrong on this, and I think I am. correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it didn't have a night cycle until Sulong got added. And also a deleted thing that they deleted for some reason, because I assume they got backlash because everybody hates YouTubers. They said selected YouTubers will be allowed in these testing sessions as well. We haven't decided if we will allow them to showcase / record content, maybe after all the bugs are fixed and systems are finalized. Which I don't know why they would delete this, and I don't know why people are like screaming at the fact that YouTubers are going to be able to test. We don't know what YouTubers are going to be able to test. And here they say selected YouTubers, as in Sweepy, that's been our friend since 2012 before he was a YouTuber. Actually, 2011, they correct themselves later. Probably will be only like 1 to 2 of them. And then they post the second YouTuber is them. Which I don't see an issue with YouTubers playing first or getting the test first. Like, that happened with GPO. And I was completely fine with it at the time. I don't get why so many people are just so envious of these guys. It's like, you're envious that these guys worked for the subs they have to get the connections they have to be able to hop in games like this. It just sounds like a lot of envy to me, and not actually like people are mad at it. It's a normal thing that happens. Like Dune Awakening, a game that I played recently that had an open beta. But before that open beta, it had a content creator or creator only test, which I mean, I was fine with. I got to see what the game looked like. I got to see if I wanted to buy the game and what everything was like. And I was just like, oh, okay, I'm going to buy this game. And I bought it. And then I got to play in the open beta that they had later, which isn't really applicable for Roblox when you really think about it. But you can see what the game looks like before you hop in. You have been able to see what the game has looked like before you hop in. But you also get the opinion of these YouTubers that get to hop in. And it just makes for a better, like, playing experience, I feel. You know, there is some stuff that you could get quote-unquote spoiled, but I don't think they would allow these YouTubers to spoil anything. And by the way, Sweepy is going to be like the only YouTuber that's allowed to play, let's be honest, because Sweepy is their golden child. Now, I spoke with someone, I'm not going to say who, but they said it was a small group of people, so I'm not really going to make a big deal out of it. But I do have to stretch this to 8 minutes. Let's be honest, I always got to stretch to 8 minutes. So that small group of people, I'm going to give them a little more light than they should deserve. Back in GPO, I used to watch like Sages and Revolver Ags stream the update before it came out, which honestly I don't think Rell will do, but it was also fun to watch them in game before I was able to. It gave me insight on what to expect, and it was just like all around a good thing, I think. But as Sage said in his video, the smaller content creators that were not able to hop in the game at the time and record, that didn't have tester access, were envious, and obviously they aren't allowed to stream or record updates anymore before it comes out. But I mean, the game's dead, so that doesn't really matter. But yeah, tell me in the comments below, do you think it's okay for YouTubers to get in before you guys? Do you think it's okay for them to test? Like, I think it's fine. I'm saying that half because I kind of want to get in myself, but I'm also saying it because it's nice to get some insight on what to expect. It's nice to get some it's nice to just watch some content on the game. Even if they aren't allowed to record, which is where I would have my problem, is they're not allowed to record, so I can't watch anything on the game. But it's fine. Honestly, these guys work to get where they are, as I said earlier, and it's fine. And the testers applied and got in. I don't understand why there was a group of people hating on content creators. It's just weird. We are making some content that you consume, and you're gonna hate on us because we can make more content that you can consume. I don't understand it. Anyways, that's been it for me. Not trying to say too much about it. Peace. Hope you have a good one. And I'm gonna stretch this to 9 minutes and 30 seconds. And there we are. All right, peace. Have a good one, and I hope you enjoyed the video.